Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back with another kicking movie reaction review. Last time we did the sequel to The Creature of the Black Lagoon, Revenge of the Creature, and today we are doing The Creature Walks Among Us, which is the sequel to that, the last film in The Creature from the Black Lagoon trilogy. The Creature Walks Among Us is from 1956. It is a horror sci-fi film that runs about an hour and 19 minutes. Oh, excuse me. It's got a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb, a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 90% of Google users liked the film. So much like the last movie, this one's kind of all over the place with the ratings. Release date, April 26th, 1956. Directed by John Sherwood. Screenplay by Arthur A. Ross. Story by Arthur A. Ross. Producer, William Allen. Wow. We also got a lot of cast members. Jeff Morrow, Rex Reason, Leah Snowden, Greg Palmer, Maurice Manson, Don McGowan, and Rico Browning. Yeah, lots of people. Short read-up. Scientists capture the creature from the Black Lagoon and turn him into an air breather. Yep, that's what happens. And I gotta say, this movie's boring as hell, and I don't like it. It's very stupid. I remember the first time I ever watched this, I was in like high school, and I was just like, what is this? What is this show? Very strange. Very strange. Well, movie, not show. But yeah, so in The Creature Walks Among Us, this research team goes to capture the creature because they want to use him to learn how to make humans evolve so that they can survive in space better. The way they want to do it is stupid, but that logic is actually kind of sound because the pressures of the deep are similar to the pressures of space, and our real-life scientists have actually looked into deep-sea creatures and how they survive the pressure to see how we could survive space. So that actually does kind of make sense, but the way they want to do it is stupid because they catch him and they actually burn him and they like really hurt him, so they have to change him to make him survive. And it's very strange because they take him and they like turn him into more of a mammal because they like up his metabolism and change his blood a bit, which makes him hyper evolve. And they were like, oh, all this stuff was just under his scales, and it's like, that's not true or possible. Like having a skin type structure under the scales kind of makes sense, but like having fingers, like the way his fingers were. And this creature's also much larger than the swimming creature. He grew substantially, so it's not stuff that was under him. It's very strange. And also they get rid of his gills and fully develop his lungs. At first they're like, his gills are injured, but then they're like, oh, he's evolved past his gills. He doesn't have his gills anymore. And I was like, okay, jeez. So they evolve him into a near mammal, full air breather, and they're like, oh, he's lost his memory because he was like not breathing for a little while and he had some brain damage, but through the film he's getting his memory back. And in this film they're like, he's being peaceful towards us because we're being peaceful towards him. He hasn't known a bunch of violence from us yet, so he's not violent towards us. And there's kind of this debate about that, and it's like kind of weird that they're like, the creature's not a killing machine anymore. Now he's more civilized like us. But guess what? That's kind of the opposite of true. In the first film, he wasn't a killing machine. In the first film, he just kind of watched them from underwater and stuff. He became a killing machine when they got aggressive towards him. And then in the second film, like, he sees humans, and every time he's ever had an encounter with a human, they've attacked him. So in the second film, he's very aggressive, but that's because he's used to humans throwing the first punch. Right? So I'm over here like, what the hell is happening with all of this? The creature This is like some weird reverse logic, as like he was a killing machine the whole time, just an aggressive for no reason creature, and that's not true. It's like they didn't see the first film. It's like they only saw the previous film and they never saw the first film. And it's so weird, but that can't be true. I don't know, man. Maybe they read the novelization, because there's one novelization of the creature. There's two specific novelizations of the creature from the Black Lagoon. In one, he's like a kaiju creature, and in the other one, he really is just a killing machine. And he like slaughters the whole crew. Very crazy stuff. But in this one, the creature barely even does anything. Like, right, he like attacks them at first, and then once he turns into the mammal thing, he like doesn't. He just kind of walks around and stares at stuff. And he only gets violent when he sees other people get violent, and he just attacks people he sees being violent. Very strange. We got a lot of human drama going on. Most of the male leads just look the same. They're all just generic white guy. So I had some trouble telling them apart at first, but then I figured it out. So there's 3 men interested in the female lead. Her husband, who seems to be like restricting her and kind of abusive as well. And then there's this. And then there are 2 guys who work for her husband, another scientist, and then kind of more like a sailory guy. And the sailory guy kind of just wants to smash. And he's like, he keeps trying to smash her, and he even sexually assaults her. She gets sexually assaulted like twice in this film in the span of 10 minutes by 2 different people. And it's like, geez, that was hard to watch. That was very hard to watch. And then there's the 3rd guy who's interested in her, but he's very reserved about it. He's like, she's married, it would be wrong to make advances on her, blah, 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 even though there's definitely like a tension between them, and that part was kind of well done. But the other 2 guys, spoilers, they die. The husband murders the one who just wants to smash. The creature sees it happening, gets aggressive. So he tries to put the body near the creature to frame the creature for the murder, and then the creature busts out and murders him, but then the creature is free, and there's this thing, right? So the creature's body evolved, but not his brain. So he constantly wants to go back into the water, because that's the only thing he knows is his home. So his brain, the instinct in his brain is still be in the water, get in the water. So he keeps trying to get in the water, but he'll drown if he does. And the movie kind of just ends with him escaping and then wandering into the ocean to die. And like, I know that doesn't sound like much, everything I just described, but that's because it's not much. Very little happens in this film. At the beginning, when they go diving and searching for the creature, it takes forever. I was just watching them swim around while this music played, and they like weren't doing anything, and then I got bored and started playing like a block puzzle on my phone, and then I ran out of lives on the game, and I looked back up, and they're still in the water swimming around, and I was like, oh my god, how long is this sequence of them just swimming with like little to no dialogue? And then they also have this like super sonar machine on the ship to help them find the creature, and it's like, with this sonar machine I can tell you exactly what each creature on the sonar is, because they each have a different shape, but all the shapes on the sonar are exactly the same, and it's really stupid. He's like, this is a school of barracuda, this is a bunch of rock lobsters, and it's like, they look the same, dude. They're just dots. And like, there's so much about this movie that's just stupid. Like, I'm not super interested in the humans. I'm not even interested in the creature, one of the best movie monsters of all time, and then this film is just like, let's change literally everything about him. Like, no wonder there wasn't a fourth. Like, so the first sequel, the second film, it kind of moves the franchise in its logical direction. It's like, oh, they encountered him in his home. Now the humans should fight him in their home. And that's kind of what happened. Poorly executed, but that was basically the idea. And then, like, if I would have been the one with the story idea for this sequel, I would have been like, oh, maybe there's two creatures. Maybe the creature has a mate that they find that can save the species, and they have to try to... and they have to grapple with, should we save this species or should we stop them because they can be so dangerous to humans? Do we want them to propagate? And that would be like some kind of dilemma that they have in the film, you know? Or there could be like this film where they find out that in one part of the world there's a bunch of creatures of the Black Lagoon, and this one's kind of like lost and it's never encountered its own kind before. And like the film ends with the creature being reunited with basically his people. How he gets there, I don't really care. But those would have been like much cooler sequel ideas than let's make him a mammal now and have him stand around and stare at people. Such a boring film. Like, Universal Monsters might be my like favorite franchise of all time, to be completely honest. It's like up there with like Godzilla and Kamen Rider and stuff. But it's just like, this film is bad. It is bad. I don't like it. It's not good, man. It's not good. It's not good. So that is it for The Creature Walks Among Us from 1956. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time. Not sure what I want to review yet. I'm probably feeling either The Giant Claw or Phantom of the Opera 1943. Let me know which one you want in the comments section below. And we'll see what happens. That's it. Thank you all once again. See y'all next time.